What you see glowing here is uranium glass, and it's radioactive. Stay tuned, we're going to talk about it right now. What you just saw glowing in the dark is uranium glass. It is made from uranium, and it does glow in the dark, and it is radioactive. What we're going to do later on is actually put a couple Geiger counters on it and see how radioactive it actually is. But to start with, I'm going to give you a little history of how this originated. Glass makers are always trying to find ways to colorize glass, make it harder, and just do different things with glass. Back in the late 1700s, they had a glass maker that came up with the idea to colorize it using some derivatives from uranium. And it worked. It made a very pretty green color in the glass, and he used it. It really didn't become popular, though, until about 1930s when it really started getting a lot of production with the green glass. And they're making all kind of things, glasses, goblets, plates, saucers, all kind of stuff. And I'm sure some of y'all that collect it know what I'm talking about. There are still two companies that actually make this today, but what happened in the 30s, uranium was, they could get their hands on it pretty easy. But when World War II started, the government confiscated all uranium, and you know why they confiscated it? To make the atomic bomb. So you couldn't get your hands on uranium, and they pretty much outlawed it. They took control out of everything. And, of course, we made the atomic bomb out of what this is made from. But anyway, it didn't become available again until about 1958. The government eased the regulations on uranium, and they were able to get it again, and they started producing it again. And so they produced a lot of it again from 58 to around 1970. And then they found other methods. The processes got a little more better. The process, they started using other items to colorize glass and all, synthetics probably and all. But anyway, they didn't need this to make it with uranium anymore. They had other ways to make this color and all. So it kind of stopped being produced in a larger format. And like I say, it's still two companies that actually make it, but very limited. But anyway, that's kind of how it got started and why you see it now. You find a lot of this on eBay. You find a lot of it in antique shops. I bought this in an antique shop myself just because I thought it was super cool. And I wanted to kind of get the history of it, see what's happening. That's why I'm relaying this to you now. But anyway, I tell you what we're going to do now. We're going to go ahead and put the Geiger counters on and see how much actual radiation it's releasing. Y'all ready? Let's do it. All right, what we have here is two different types of Geiger counters. This one I purchased 40 years ago when I was working in the nuclear industry, and this was a more recent one. This one uses a different scale than this one does. We're not going to get into all that today, but this is MR an hour and micro SVHs. So what we're going to do right now, we'll just let them sit here with what we call background radiation. There's radiation around you everywhere you go. The sun produces radiation. Even some things like granite, mortar, bricks might give a little more than maybe just plastic will, but everything gives off some radiation. So what we've done here is we kind of got a baseline of what the background is right here. The glass is over behind me, and we're going to put it right here and see how much it's changed. This is running, that first notch would be like 0.02 MR per hour. And this is like 0.10 micro SVs per hour. So let's get the glass right here and bring it in here and see how much it changes. 0.10 and 0.02. All right, I did a little trick here. I actually set this counter right on top of the glass, and as you see, it's at the 0.25 right now. It started at 10 on background. It's over 2.5 times normal background. Looks like it's going up about 3 times normal background now. Yep, it just broke through 3 times normal background. It's giving an average per minute right now. So I just put it up there. So it's actually creeping up a little bit higher, over 3 times. The normal was 10, just sitting here with no glass, and now it's 34. As you can see, it's sitting up right there. With it sitting beside it, it didn't make as much difference. With radiation, distance is a key factor. The further you get away, the better off you are. This is sitting right on top of it. 34 micro SVs per hour. That's 3 times background radiation. All right, now I'm going to do the same thing with my other one here and see how much difference it is on that one. All right, as you can see right now, it's over 2 times. Look at that popping out. It's over 2 times the background on this one's like 0.2 of that first one. It's jumping up to 2 bars. This is like, say, 40 years old, so this one doesn't have the same as the other one. It has a little better readings on it where you can actually follow. But as you can see, it is bouncing out. Every time you hear a little click, it's getting a count per minute there. But I've seen it before I cut the video. It actually got up about halfway between there for a minute, and never did that without with nothing. There it goes, kind of kicking it a little bit. And there it goes, over 2 times. Anyway, it is radioactive. That's the bottom line. Even though we determined it is radioactive, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission has announced that it is safe to handle and safe to use. Like I say, if you live in Denver, Colorado, you're going to get a lot more radiation than me because I'm at sea level. The higher you go up, the more radiation you get from the sun. So it's radiation everywhere. It's just, is it enough that really can affect you or not? But this does not. So I just want to kind of clarify that, even though you see me kind of testing it. It is giving off some. I don't know if I sleep it next to my head or something. But anyway, it's not dangerous. Anyway, I just want to give you a little history about uranium glass and a little background. All right, appreciate everybody coming along. Don't forget to click like, comment below, share, subscribe to the Gigmaster. You never know what we'll be doing tomorrow. Stay tuned.